So I'm up in the Highlands of Scotland today, not far from Glencoe, and I'm actually at a place called the Highland Titles Nature Reserve. A little bit different from what I normally do on my YouTube channel, but it's something that's quite close to my heart, basically getting out in nature. Somebody suggested I come and visit this place, and I think actually it's really worth a visit. It's basically 222 acres of land that you can go and walk around, lots of trails and stuff. But what's really important is, with it being a nature reserve, they do lots of conservation and preservation work, not just for the land, for the trees and stuff, but for the animals that inhabit this place. So they've got lots of projects going on, reintroducing and looking after both the flora and fauna of the area, the native species and stuff, and we'll be talking about some of that in this video. So I'm here with Stuart, who's the estate manager for the Highland Titles Nature Reserve. Stuart, if you'd just like to tell us a little bit about what work you do here.
Yeah, easy. Basically, it's conservation and restoration. So we buy tired old bits of land and restore them to how they used to be.
Yep.
And the way we do that is we don't take government grants or anything, because that usually ends up with a man in a suit who tells you to do something different.
Yeah.
So we fund it by the sale of the little plots.
Awesome.
And that's it. We've kind of taken a bit of a wobbly, as I was explaining earlier. Still conservation, still restoration.
Yep.
But we discovered that the more we do, the more wildlife returns, which is just a fabulous bonus.
Yeah.
So the more native and natural the area becomes, the more wildlife comes back. So we have red squirrels that we didn't have 10 years ago, we've got hedgehogs, we've got wildcat, so yeah, it's really satisfying and it's really good to have wildlife numbers growing.
Awesome. Right, so some fantastic work being done here by Stuart and his team. I'm looking forward to getting around and having a good look around the place and exploring. So when someone mentioned to me about visiting this place, I originally thought Highland Titles, you know, it's just another one of those gimmicks, isn't it? It's a virtual thing, doesn't mean anything. You're basically paying money just so you can call yourself a lord or a lady. But this is a genuine one, okay? So there is land here, as you can see. They do genuinely give you a little plot of land, and it's, you know, it's gen. And the best thing about it is it's actually doing that restoration and conservation work for both the land and for the animals as well. So I've got some great projects that they actually fund and, you know, take out all that work for. That's genuine. It's not one of these scam companies, which there are quite a few of. So just be aware of those. But yeah, some amazing work that they do here with the funds generated by giving those titles out. So if you follow me, I'll take you with me on the journey to come and check this area out. What an awesome place. Check this out. Shaded area here. Picnic bench. Overlooking the waterfall. Pretty cool. So one of the things they employ here at the nature reserve is camera traps. So they can actually observe the wildlife without, you know, interrupting them in their daily routines. And what we've got here, this is known as Squirrel Rock. If you have a look, all the nuts that they've placed out for them, and all the actual eaten nuts, the shells on the ground, there are thousands and thousands of them. That's why this is called Squirrel Rock. And right here we've got one of the motion cameras set up ready to record them as they're going about their business and having their snacks for the day. There's also a cycle path goes through the park here, or through the reserve should I say. So watch out, you guys, on your bikes going nuts, that you don't fall off because it's quite steep in places. So this nature reserve is actually in the Guinness World Book of Records for having the world's largest bug hotel. So as it says on here then, in September 2021 they set out to build it. The previous record was 89.37 square metres, and they've actually got just short of 200 square metres. And if we have a look over here, this is what they're talking about. So it's a load of felled wood, and it's built in a certain way to accommodate God knows how many millions of bugs. That's some wood pile, eh? So another feature of the sanctuary here then is they've got the Scottish wildcat rehabilitation facility. Made me laugh because it's known as the Highland tiger. How cute's that? So these are pretty much close to extinction, but they're just about to be reintroduced into the wild, and they've got one Scottish wildcat here, a female known as Hope. What a lovely name for that project. So let's hope that they can make it work and save that species from extinction. One of the conservation projects here then is for hedgehogs. Now, there was around about 30 million hedgehogs in the UK in the 1950s, but current estimates say that there's only around about 1 million left now. So, you know, that's pretty severe. In 70 odd years they've been decimated by that amount. So one of the things they do here is they take in injured hedgehogs, believe it or not, and actually care for them. So, you know, hedgehogs that are missing a leg, blinded, stuff like that, they take care of them, and they've actually built, believe it or not, a hedgehog hospital. How nice is that? So awesome stuff they're doing here to care for the native species of animals in the UK that are actually facing extinction or just, you know, being decimated over the years.
As we travel through the reserve, Stuart explains to us about the regeneration project. So after the Industrial Revolution and the two World Wars, the natural woodland across Scotland was absolutely decimated. To rectify this, the government launched a great funding project to try and replace what had been lost. Unfortunately, instead of replanting native trees, landowners chose to plant commercial woodland, in this case North American Sitka spruce. The scheme became a money maker rather than trying to repair the damage that had been done, and they was trying to gain the most profit from the land, which is quite sad really. Also, the trees were densely packed, which doesn't help the undergrowth to grow, so no light's getting through. So this become a wasteland, and that didn't promote the animals coming back, and it basically became a bit of a wasteland. So what's happened within this area then is what they've done is they've had to take all the Sitka spruce down and replace them with natural native Scottish trees. So things like the Scots pine, oak, holly, birch and hazel, amongst others. And this has helped regenerate the wildlife as well, which is amazing. So now, other than the wildcat that they've got here, they've got all the hedgehogs coming back, the pine marten, red squirrels, owls, foxes, bees and various others.
So where is the Highland Titles Nature Reserve? So this is ground in general, as I'd say in the military, and what we've got is Fort William up here with Ben Nevis just down here, Glencoe over here, and that's where we are, Highland Titles Nature Reserve, with the nearest little village there called Jura. Okay, ground in detail then, what we've got, this is Jura up to the top right of the map here, and then you've got the entrance to the park, or the reserve, sorry, is down here with a reception here. And then what you've got is this entire area, partly wooded, a couple of small little lochs, and this is 222 acres of land here, with various walks and trails that are marked on the map. And at the moment I'm just on the high ground up here overlooking Loch Foyce, which is just through those trees over that way. You can't actually see the water from where I am.
We'll take a walk down now to the lochs built by the team. And since this project introduced Loch Foyce and Loch Keele to the area, it's reintroduced a lot of species to the area. So we've now got herons, otters, osprey and Canada goose.
So then everyone, that's the Highland Titles Nature Reserve. Quite a nice place to visit if you're in the area, if you're in the Highlands, anywhere near Glencoe. As I said, that's, it's a thing quite close to my heart, is being in the outdoors. But these guys actually do some good stuff as well. So, you've got the conservation work that they do, the preservation of the wildlife, and also the actual flora and fauna, everything basically that's local to the area. On top of that, you can help these people out with their work by buying a title, so you can become a lord or lady of Glencoe, which is pretty cool. It's one of those things that's, it's a bit of an unusual present for a loved one. But with these guys, it's a genuine thing. You actually are buying a piece of land and it is there. You can go and visit it, you can walk around, unlike some of the scam companies out there. So anyone that's visited this area, let me know what you think. Put your comments in the sections below. If anyone's bought a title, then you can talk about that too, whether you think it's, worthwhile present. And, you might meet a wildcat like this one. As always, stay prepared.